Warning, spoiler alert.
Mando's ship gets some serious TLC again.
Mando reunites with some old friends to take on an abandoned Empire base.
And the show takes a pretty dark turn.
All on this episode of the Feel Good Media Show with Kevin and Milton.
So we're back.
We're back. Here we go. They're letting us do episode 4.
Yeah, we must not have messed it up too bad.
No, I think we're doing okay.
I'm sure the end is near.
Okay. In quotes.
Yeah, right.
Right there. We'll let you finish out this show. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks for a good attempt.
That's right.
But listen, we're continue to build on this Mandalorian show. It is, I think every episode has gotten better and better.
This is like blockbuster movie.
Yeah,
Like
really.
it's edge of my seat. I'm loving all the action. The storyline is fantastic. I don't know what's going on in parts. This is great.
Right. The mystery, what I think Star Wars was missing, because we talked a little bit about last week. It was pretty much a package. You knew the good guys were going to face some obstacles.
Yep.
They were going to overcome the obstacles, and the bad guy was going to lose, and then you just felt good at the end, like
Gloss.
yeah,
It was a lot of gloss.
right. But this is going like to some deep levels, and it's bringing in some moments where you're like, what is happening?
I think
this
that's
is
what
amazing.
That's what television, episodic, is that the right word?
Yeah, episodic, exactly.
Series really allows you to do, because you can cliffhanger stuff.
Yeah.
You can package things together in like a more shorter storyline and then pick up and continue a different storyline without having to tell a 2.5 hour continuity thing. It's such a fun way to absorb Star Wars that we've never had before.
And I love we all got spoiled with Netflix and other streaming services where they would just drop the whole season in one. And we lost that anxiety and anticipation that a show like this is brought back, which I actually like, because it gives it time to breathe, to think it through, to converse with other people who watched it, and
To
say,
read
like,
for hours on bunny trails on the internet. Not that I ever do that.
Oh no, don't.
Sorry,
don't do
fam.
that. But here's what I loved.
Yeah.
Last season ended so powerfully. That final scene. We have that final battle. Baby Yoda almost gets captured. The loss of the battle robot, which at first we hated and then we fell in love with. And, I think only one other place has been able. I know R2-D2 has always been a beloved droid, but I don't think we ever got to a deep emotional level with R2, because we knew for some reason it was just beeps.
He'd be okay.
He'd be okay. He was just beeps and blurps. But the droid in Rogue One, to me, was the first droid that I felt an emotional connection. And in Rogue One, when that droid gives up his life, I actually felt sad.
Right.
A moment of sadness. And I felt like this droid got back to that point.
Gave a lot of character.
Yeah.
A lot of heart and
for
humanity. And they're doing a good job.
And we love C-3PO too, but C-3PO is very wooden. He's not giving you much emotion back and forth.
And he's kind of saucy.
Yeah.
So
right.
It's like, okay, he can get beat up a couple
Yeah, it's okay. He's been beat up
around.
from episode 1. So it's okay. But yeah, getting back to Mando, reuniting with these two amazing characters, played by two great actors, by the way. Apollo Creed, right? And that's how I know him. And this UFC fighter, Gina Carano, but has done such a fantastic
she has
job.
Some guns.
Oh man, she's just bam, I wouldn't mess with her.
No. It's fun to see them all reunite and now go on another mission. And again, they set it up so well. It's like, okay, well, while your ship, which we'll talk about here in a second, is getting fixed again, we have time, and so let's go on a new adventure. And they set it up. I'm like, okay, here we go. This is gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, you knew it was gonna be fantastic.
Oh yeah, it was deep. And I love that they brought back Bobby Moanan-San, or I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah.
I think his name is Bobby.
Fish guy.
Fish guy, yeah. I recognize his voice from Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
And then I found out that that's the character, and I made that connection.
Yeah.
And now you see him and his mannerisms and his But it's so funny. Like when he sees Mando again and the smoke that goes out of his gills.
Right. He's like,
what
oh,
is
man. And I had forgotten about him,
right?
From the first episode. But then he shows up and you're just like, oh, okay.
They treated him so poorly, though.
Oh, they did.
I mean, come on. Even if you, I think I felt bad for him talking about emotions for characters.
Yeah.
It's like, quit yelling at the guy. I mean, I know he did some bad stuff and he's under your, he's under your ownership now, paying off a debt, but say please. or thank you.
Can we have some manners here?
That's right, yeah. That's a side note, but.
Yeah.
Mando's ship.
Oh, my goodness.
How is this thing still running?
That was so sad. I mean, it looked like they had put it together with bungee cord.
Yes, and he's getting it fixed. At least this is the 5th or 6th time that he's repairing his ship. This is the only free time he gets.
This is this constant theme that's going to continue, I think, throughout the series. We have the Millennium Falcon that went through this in Empire.
Yes.
They could never get it right. They couldn't get the hyperspeed going. And now we have this.
Yeah.
And it just, what it reminds me of cars that I've owned in the past. I don't know if this has been your experience.
No.
Those of us who have grown up poor,
we
had to deal with like just clunkers.
I literally, we have worked hard to be out of debt.
Oh,
but I will go into debt over my head to buy a new car.
Oh,
which my dad is like old, like get a beater, drive it into the ground, get a good deal on it. And I'm like,
but that's not you.
No, I'll go, pay the premium money for a new car.
Yeah.
And drive it off the lot and have it be worth half just so I don't have to repair it.
Oh, man.
I don't know how to change a spark plug
or
check the oil. Like, I don't want to sit there and work on a car. You kidding me? So, no.
Yeah. Me, I remember my freshman year of college, had a little Honda Civic, gray Honda Civic, 85 Honda Civic, and I flipped it over.
Oh.
On a very fast turn that I should have been going nice and slow. Still ran after that. And my cousin was really into cars, so he brings.
Wait, you flipped it over and
flipped it over on the side, and I was able
to. You were able to
push it over back with the help of some cyclists. Drove it away, and then my cousin semi repairs it. Bangs out the fenders and everything, and then. We were a poor family, didn't have any money to really go to a body shop. So he epoxies the thing. I don't know what he put on it. And I drove that thing just like that. I mean, it looked like Mando's ship, honestly, but on the road.
Do you have like cellophane on the windows or something?
No, never got that. Luckily, we were able to get a windshield at the junker. But man, that was so embarrassing. But back then, just to have wheels was a blessing.
Yeah.
So I get Mando. I can feel his pain right now.
That's funny. All right, so we've got a big mission on the show.
Yeah.
Where we're going to the Empire. They're back.
Yeah.
We think they're not there. And then it turns out to be this just massive base with a lot of question marks going on.
A whole lot of question marks. And we kind of understand now what the interest in Baby Yoda is.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow it's some kind of like genetic
it's the
altering.
Midichlorians.
Oh, the Midichlorians. Yes, I
remember
remember that. And I didn't think of that when I watched the show.
Yeah.
But you're right.
Because they actually referenced the MC. They said he has
you
high.
You catch so many things.
No, I don't. I just read a bunch of junk.
Okay.
I'm not that smart. But they said, we are interested in his high MC. And then the internet freaked out because they're bringing midichlorians back from from episodes 1,
Phantom
2, and
Menace.
3. And,
yeah.
So this is what they're doing.
Do you like the concept of midichlorians? When that came out in the first movie, the prequel movie, I kind of was like, really, that's what you're going to attribute the Force to? Like these little bacteria in your blood? It felt like they didn't even try.
No, they didn't. Well, so for them to bring them back is a little like people are not happy.
Yeah,
but they're still.
But what are they supposed to do? It's in the lore. You got to use it, right?
But I think they're going to do a better job explaining.
I hope so.
And that's the difference between the movies and the series.
Yeah,
is you have a lot of throwaway. Now you have time to really explore stuff and explain it and get into and kind of connect the dots a little more. So
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's to me that's the dark turn of the show right now, where okay, now we're getting into something like from a horror movie, like they're trying to harvest something from this baby to create probably some kind of monstrosity. Is this going to be our first zombie apocalypse in Star Wars, or what's going to happen here?
More cloning. I mean, cloning is a massive part of Star Wars. And we really haven't explored that outside of kind of the movies. And I mean, the first 3 movies explored it pretty hard, but it's a massive part of the whole entire storyline. So I think we're going to see more of that. That cloning technology is out there.
Yeah.
So it's good, but there's so much fun in this episode. The speeder chase in the canyon,
that was fantastic.
Easily,
it was my favorite scene in that episode. It just, they could have placed that scene on the Death Star scene, and it would have been like exactly the same. Going through this tunnel, this canyon on the Death Star, same thing. They're flying through. The TIE fighters are coming out and trying to blow the good guys out of the.
It ends with Mando's ship, and then now there's a full battle in the air, and he's like reversing, and that whole scene where we're going into geek out territory. But the cinematography is great. But the whole scene where the ship kind of goes up and then does the whole Batman and the sun move.
Right, yes,
and then you see the engines fire, and
then it just goes down. Yeah. And then, of course, Baby Yoda just feels like he's in a roller coaster or something, just like enjoying while everybody thinks they're about to die.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
He throws up the blue cookie at the end. That was my favorite. I'm like, all right,
yeah, awesome.
So much good stuff.
Yeah, it was great. Just a fun episode, but with lots of just stay tuned moments.
Yes.
Like, I gotta know what's gonna happen next.
All right, so beyond all the geek out fun stuff, we always try to pull some spiritual reflection from these episodes. The feel good and the do good. That's what we're trying to accomplish here on the show. So, what were some of your spiritual takeaways?
They talked about when Mando reunites with his friends. They talk about like there's this Imperial base. It's that last piece of evil on this planet, and if we can get rid of that piece of evil, this planet will be free. And I said, oh, that's like the Christian experience. We're trying to get the evil out of our lives as much as possible, because we know the less evil we have, the more freedom there is, right? And that's why we live by a certain code as Christians. We try to serve God, love people.
Yeah.
And if we can just get the negativity out, we can thrive in our mission.
And we need our brothers and sisters along for that ride.
Yes.
So I think once again, you're just seeing Mando's not doing this alone.
No.
I think that's his preference.
Yes.
His preference would be to do this on alone, but he's certainly okay teaming up and having people help. So team up and get people in your corner. All right. Well, feel good. I mean, I think that's the feel good. It feels good to know that you have people in your life that you can just show up in your raggedy, beat-up vehicle.
Right.
And they'll be there to repair it for you and help you out on the adventure.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling to have.
It's a great feeling.
It takes a lot of work to invest in those relationships.
Yeah.
But when you can lean into them, I think that's the payoff.
Yeah. And of course, then it's very easy to go to a do-good from that, which is be that person. Be that friend to somebody else.
Yeah.
The best way to get those kinds of friends is to be that kind of friend.
It's the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do. I mean, how many times have you sat alone, sitting there going, man, I wish a buddy would just call me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so bored. I wish someone would just call me.
Right.
And then the night ends. It's like, be the buddy who calls
Make the
people.
call. You have a phone. Use it.
Do it.
Right. And especially now in these times, how much do we need people and friends in our lives? And we gotta be those people right now. That's the do good.
Accept that help.
Yeah.
I love it.
So there you go. Another episode done. So if you're enjoying this as much as we are enjoying providing it, here's what you do. You subscribe, you like it, and you smash that bell. When you smash it, you'll get a notification every time a new episode of the Feel Good Media Show shows up. And that's where we leave it. So we'll see you next time on the Feel Good Media Show with Kevin and Milton. Have a great week.